Hey there, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Kwatsma. This is another episode of With a Speech, where we talk about serious issues, not necessarily trending, but serious issues. So today we are talking about Ghanaian beauty standards. Now, aside ears, eyes, and eyelashes, I have everything else in moderation. Ass in moderation, boobs in moderation, legs in moderation, height in moderation. I moderate all round. So I know what it is like to have features that do not exactly conform to societal standards. I am not very, but I'm quite slim. I'm not, big and heavy and the usual, I would say, the desired Ghanaian body size, kind of. I am like as I said, everything in moderation. Even some parts are kind of minimal. And this is the kind of woman I want to be. I want to get to a point where I'm able to love myself absolutely without doubts. Now, I'm getting there, but I'm not there yet. I mean, there are times when I sometimes wish maybe I had a bit more of this or a bit more of that. Now, I'm going on this journey and I want you to join me, especially if you're a dark skinned woman. Because, I mean, based on my own personal experiences, I feel that we dark skinned women over here are the norm, and we don't get as much. I mean, light skin is put on a pedestal. Like, people really are crazy about people don't love beautiful skin. We are rather crazy about the skin tone. So when you're lighter, you get a lot more attention. You probably would get a lot more guys coming to you. You probably may get things, let's say movie roles. If you want to be a model, it could be a lot easier for you. And this is actually the norm almost all over the world. Okay, so that is why there's a whole movement about colorism, which is the preference for lighter skin and the notion that lighter skin is better. Now let's come back to the beauty standards. So as I mentioned before, I have everything in moderation. Maybe I have certain things on the minimal side even. And every society in the world has standards. Okay, every society has these beauty standards that people in the society try to get to. Let me use South Korea as an example. Over there, they are very fixated on how a person looks. For instance, they admire big eyes, they love pale skin, there are a whole lot of standards. Okay, smaller face. I mean, I was reading around beauty standards all over the world yesterday, and I discovered that I've known that for a while because I also love watching Korean movies, and you can see that plastic surgery is actually the norm for them because they ought to adhere to certain standards of beauty. Similar to other societies, Ghana also has its own beauty standards, some of which are quite similar to the global beauty standards. So let's start listing them, and we'll talk about why we need to know these standards. So, number one, curvy body. When I say curvy, I mean curvy. Wide hips, narrow waist, maybe some boobs. Yeah, so that is really desirable over here. Men can watch a curvy woman and fall into gattes. Like, seriously, that is a thing. Like, it's a standard. It's a desirable feature, I would say, over here in Ghana. And the second feature, which I think is a standard also, is light skin. Like, we put light skin on a pedestal over here in this country. That is what we do. We really good at it. We put light skin on a very, very, do you say long or tall pedestal? But like, it is also another beauty standard over here in Ghana. Another one is if it might sound funny, but I don't think it sounds funny, but a fleshy calf, like I don't even know whether I'm saying it right, and into hair. Like when you know calves, like your calves are like big and shapely and all. That is also another beauty standard. This one is actually intrinsic. It is not coming from European, Eurocentric beauty standards or anything of the sort. I think the light skin is a bit influenced by the Western world, but the calves and the curviness, that is all Ghana. That is all Africa. Okay. And the next one that I remember is big eyes. Like big eyes. Big eyes is also it's a thing, it's a standard. When someone has big eyes, like people really see, oh wow, I like your eyes, they are big. Uh-huh. And another one would be Eurocentric nose. Like when your nose is like a white man. That is another beauty standard. Most times when you have the typical African nose, and you know that most of us Africans have wide nose, that is not exactly desirable. But when your nose is thin and Eurocentric and long like that, people really love it. People really desire that kind of nose. So I think that is also another standard here in Ghana. And the final one that I remember is curly hair. So when your hair is not like the typical, like my hair, like it's not, how should I, it's not exactly, it's not kinky, but it's curly, sort of like it curls. That is also another standard that people would, you will always get compliments about how beautiful your hair is and all that. There are a whole lot of other beauty standards, but these are the only ones I can remember. Yeah, for Ghana. Now, this is why you need to know these standards as a woman on a journey to love yourself absolutely. When you're on a journey to love yourself, you're going to have to draw a lot of strength from within. You're going to have to rely on yourself to validate yourself. You're going to have to not rely on out like what other people would say. Now, knowing these beauty standards and knowing instances where your features do not exactly conform to these beauty standards will enable you as a woman on this journey to prepare yourself for any sort of negativity ahead. Okay, so let's be honest, let's be real. You may tell yourself you are beautiful, you're smart. I may tell myself I'm beautiful, I'm smart in the mirror every day. But sometimes what other people say affects us a whole lot. So, I mean, I've had a particular experience which I'm going to share in the next episode. But for now, let's just focus on this. Someone might pass a particular comment, take a particular action that could shatter your confidence if you don't know what to expect. This is why you have to know yourself, your features, and the beauty standards, and where your features don't conform, so that as you build yourself to that point where you love yourself absolutely, you don't let the negative comments affect you. You prepare yourself, you arm yourself for any negative remark about your wide nose, about your flat ass, about any feature that you have that is not exactly that desirable feature in the society you live in. I'm ending here, but I would love to hear from you. Has anybody ever passed a comment so silly about any of your physical features that your whole day got ruined? Or has anybody ever done something that, in relation to how you look physically that got to you so much? Do share this in the comment section. It could be useful to somebody battling with inferiority complex at this point. In the next episode, we're going to speak more on this matter, and over there, I'm going to get a bit personal. I'm going to share a personal experience, of course, making sure that I leave out the details that point fingers to anybody, but it's a personal thing, so I'm just sharing just so that it can help uplift other people who are facing similar experiences. So have a wonderful time wherever you are. I hope you are enjoying this. And my Ghanaian people, please list the beauty standards, okay? The ones that I left out, list all of them down below. Have a wonderful time wherever you are. Stay blessed and be safe.